Less than a year after marrying, a wealthy daughter's husband suddenly went bankrupt. She divorced him overnight and left without looking back. Unexpectedly, she became pregnant and planned to abort the child. Lying on the operating table, she was daydreaming of a better life ahead when she suddenly saw what the future held. After divorcing her husband and aborting the child, her parents quickly arranged a second marriage for her, even finding a live-in son-in-law. But less than 6 months after the marriage, her parents died in a car accident. The live-in son-in-law abandoned her like garbage and sent her abroad. She was left penniless, begging on the streets. Just as she was starving to death, she saw her successful ex-husband. Reporters surrounded him and asked him what he wanted to say most about his rise from bankruptcy to a fortune of hundreds of billions. He said he was grateful to his ex-wife. If she hadn't cruelly left him when he was at his lowest point, he wouldn't be where he is today. Seeing this, the girl was overcome with regret and jolted awake from the operating table. It suddenly dawned on her, if she dared to divorce and abort the child, her family would surely be torn apart and she would end up dead on the street. She immediately ordered the doctor to stop the surgery and rushed out. The next day, she dressed up and ran to the downstairs of her ex-husband's old house. She wanted to win him back and remarry him, and she couldn't let those tragic events happen again. But when she saw her ex-husband, he was accompanied by a woman, his junior schoolmate, who had been helping him with his work. The girl, thinking she was his new lover, was about to give up, but the thought of the tragedy ahead gave her some strength. She mustered up the courage to approach her ex-husband, but he gave her a cold look and went straight upstairs with his junior schoolmate. The girl, convinced that he had given up on her, was about to leave when he suddenly ran downstairs, questioning her, "Why are you here? This isn't the place for you." The harsh tone of his voice made the girl feel deeply wronged. He had never spoken to her like that before. With tears in her eyes, she said she wanted to remarry him. When her ex-husband heard this, he froze for a moment and then walked over to her. The girl thought he was going to agree, but he said, "I'm broke now, and I'm no match for a young lady like you." The girl knew he was speaking in anger, and she understood why he said that. After all, she had divorced him so heartlessly before, and now she was asking for remarriage just 2 weeks later. Anyone would have thought she was playing a trick. The girl cried and begged him to believe her, saying she was serious this time. But he retorted, "Isn't divorce what you want?" Later,